Welcome to the program. My name is Dr. Mankota. You are watching the TPN TV and Radio Network coming to you live from the US. Um, Today, first of all, I just want to apologize because I late today. As you can see, Napam program I just come out, so I've been so busy. So I therefore push the program 1 hour so that so that I go able for finish waiting. I've been trying to do. And I just want to welcome all everybody to this program and welcome back. This is the TPN TV. Um, I know say there are so many things where they go on at the country where we have to talk about so many things then. And this program, the program we get to do with interaction. You know, it's an interactive program wherein they just come for can listen to Dr. Mankota in nonsense. We want for a real nonsense too. If that's the way we want for the what they call it, we want for a real nonsense too. So therefore, please, we need everybody in opinion at the program because the reason we need everybody in opinion, knowledge is universal. There is no exclusivity when it comes to knowledge. You go say you sabi as much, but no matter how sabi you sabi, you get people that will sabi pass you. So now that make knowledge is universal. So this program, the program where they encourage the viewers for be part of the program. Now that make we call it interactive program. And as I say, I'm very sorry because I get for push the program for 1 hour because of other things that way I've been trying to do. And and um, as we all know, let me just do something here quickly, if that's the case. As we all know, election season don't start na salon, and everybody they come with I hope say the information where they read na true information. For say yesterday, the 28th of April, um, Adrian Fisher, we na in the judge for the Chancery building case, we happen for be the APC candidate, a defendant on that case day. I hear say them don't grant Dr. Samura the ability for make it go around and campaign because that was one of the concerns we have been get. Waiting, this not just a rumor way I hear it. I don't know how true it is. And as we are all they listen to this program, they are if now wrong rumor, we not just tell we okay, we go correct them. But this not the information we don't hear it so far for same. Adrian Fisher, we not the judge, he don't grant Dr. Samura for make he begin the campaign. I think Dr. Samura supposed for do in nomination this morning, right? The first. Is it the first of May? Let me see. Monday, the first of May. I think. Oh. Yeah, the first of May, that Monday. So, Dr. Samura, they invite every body within a salon day when an APC member. It can be SLPP self because I strongly believe say there are SLPP members the way disgruntled as much as the APC members them. So Dr. Samura they invite now for make una go escort them or accompany them. I think say that the best language around them because when you say escort, it's like a police terminology nowadays, you know. So for make una go accompany and the PPRC for make they go do a nomination. So please una go in numbers. I don't know if then they allow a lot of people then, hopefully. So when I go in numbers for make when I go accompany Dr. Samura for make the APC party and the flag bearer for make them go do their nominations. Well, after the nomination, I believe say the game don't start, you know. And I just want for make uh, we all pray to God for make this coming election will be peaceful. Hopefully, within the president, not that you say, na something we all will adhere to for say we not defect again, we not kill anybody again. Now that's not so it's supposed to be, not so. Elections are not meant for violence. Elections are meant for make the citizens then go able for express their own um, rights for elect somebody we get for lead them. That's not the purpose of elections. So, but if every time when they say election season, at the time the way they read them horrible, horrible stories them about killing, um, spiritual sacrifice, and all those type of nonsense we're not supposed from the evidencing and the at this 21st century, 2023. Come on, guys, we don't pass the stages and the world is moving forward. So why are we stagnant? You know, we're not supposed to be stagnant like the way we stagnant. So and that is very very shameful. So that we all work together as a country and for make sure say we all were able for conduct this election peacefully and fairly. Otherwise, we just dey try for destroy we country, and that is not good for we all, right? So yes, Dr. Samura in nomination na this Monday. This Monday, if you're not APC, remember, if you're not NGC, we sympathize with the APC. If you're not SLPP, we sympathize with the APC. If you're not PDP, because I already say um, how many 13 parties that are then don't register, that then don't clear by the PPRC for contest. I don't know whether those 13 parties they make anything meaningful. the only parties that we are not saying that they get for put them here, that they get that they matter now APC SLPP. C4C is almost dissolved. I don't think say they go able for get any kind of impact at the election because most of them don't incorporate themselves into the SLPP. The NGC, I don't know, because it's very difficult for the alliance. We are see we the NGC and the SLPP form. I don't get details of the alliance, but I don't know whether now the SLPP and the NGC are going to contest separately. I don't know because you cannot vote for the NGC and you go vote back for the SLPP. So the idea here is, as I see it, it's going to be the NGC is going to be consumed or usurped by the SLPP, so that the candidates them we they run for the NGC. I don't know. I don't really understand how they get to do this. I don't really. It's very confusing, right? Because waiting at the hearing from the NGC folks is this is just an alliance in the sense that the NGC is still existing, but they get an alliance, they form an alliance with the SLPP. But how are they going to, you know, implement this alliance when it comes to elections? Because I know say if the members of parliament of them two parties are then separate, then there is a problem. Except the fact that then just once then they vote for the presidency with the SLPP, and Then the local election when are the parliamentary, councillors, mayors, and the other local elections, then they vote for their own different um, party. But that is confusing in a country like Sierra Leone, where the people then they don't understand most of them here, and therefore find it a little bit difficult for explain if that is the case. But in any case, this alliance is one of the topics today we want to discuss very seriously, and we also want to discuss about Alpha Khan. Alpha Khan is officially SLPP. We dey discuss what Alpha Khan. Wetin are the implications of them, you know, maneuvering or switching of alliances? Wetin e mean for the coming election? Is it going to cause any kind of damage to the opposition or not? Probably not, but possibly yes. So, what do you think of Alpha Khan in switch in party alliance? So Alpha Khan now is SLPP. It's no longer APC. And what do you think about the alliance between NGC and SLPP? For the APC, we'll not get. I don't think we'll get any kind of sober alliance yet. We'll not get them yet. And I don't know if Charles Magai um, will align with me. I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. And but even at that, Charles Magai not get the momentum we even get in 2007 and 2012. You not get that momentum then again. The PMDC, most of them the SLPP don't consume the members then they incorporate them into the SLPP because to be honest with you, majority of the PMDC were SLPP. We already know that, right? So when the SLPP kind of power, most of them then switch alliances. So I don't know if Charles Magai in PMDC gets any teeth now like before. I doubt it. Um, so in as much as we are trying to climb a steep mountain, what is our prospect? So I remember last week, right? Last week, I purposefully try for bring in some strategies then where I believe say now in the APC for use for make them overcome some of the difficulties that we get as a party and how we will able for you know try for bridge the gap because of the differences within the party. And hopefully you've been listening that broadcast last week Saturday. I give 5 strategies then we supposed for use. Who knows? Are they going to use that? I have no idea. But I'll be in Freetown this election for go give me your support. And hopefully we will able try will level best for protect the votes, whether physically or virtually. So we will try will level best for go support the APC party for make sure say no you know switching and um, unnecessary uh, blocking, all those type of things. That's why we are going to be there in Freetown for make we go see what's there for happen. They've just the pray God so now that is May, so almost the election is here. The election is here. Now, now all let me say I'm very pragmatic. I'm very forthright and forthcoming when it comes to issues concerning um, politics of Sierra Leone, and we all know say sometimes I'm a little bit brutal with the truth. I'm very sorry for some people that were not used to the truth. I don't mean any kind of harm to anybody. Sometimes when they come, I know we all get with emotions, and sometimes if you don't believe in certain things and you see somebody they can't give you an alternative fact of the thing we they believe in. Sometimes the emotions and then they go high, and I'm just trying for make people they know say within me being the type of talk, especially when it comes to the APC party, is the strategies, the way we need for make we able to win the elections. Okay, I don't see people don't begin with comments. Oh, Augustine, I forget for even send the what I'm called today, the link today na the group. So hold on, let me just do that if I go able to do let me see if I will able to do quickly. Hopefully. Yeah, so we have a problem of okay, so let me now push that. We have a problem of accepting certain information we will not expect. That is something that we need to learn as a society. You know, um, okay, okay. I see people there, then they come in. That's fine. Very great. A lot of good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much. I will come at the comment section. All right. So let's start with the NGC, the alliance with the SLPP. What do you think? You think say now a game changer? Because at the see the SLPP folks and they say this now a game changer. I don't say this has a huge impact, but what do you think? It's not about what you think. We get for counter now what I think, and I dey even also try for telling them how we go able for counter this alliance. Okay, so I want for a reunion um comment or opinion, just put under the comment section of the platform. If you dey watch me from Facebook, like what I don't say, some people they don't begin put comment on Facebook. You can go and put on the Facebook comment. If now they are watch me from YouTube, at the same thing, just put your comment on YouTube. All right. So let me just reiterate what I said earlier. If you just join me, I hear rumor yesterday after the court say the court don't grant Samura for me to go ahead and campaign. I think they don't um, schedule the next court hearing in July, which means from now to June the 24th, Samura gets the free will for me to do in politicking. That's now a very good news. Good news for we all, right? Because my concern very from the beginning is that to be honest with you, I was very concerned about the courts this case and it go against Dr. Samoa. That would have been a disaster. But this is just a rumor. I don't know whether it is true or not. So that is why I call it a rumor. Okay. I don't know if you get any information on this, please just put that in the comment section. Okay. Now the NGC, I think they get 4 seats in the parliament in the previous parliament. And I think that the NGC, I think that no, I think the NGC or the C4C, one of them two would call it the third largest, if I could say, party in 2018 elections. I think one gets about, I think, 4 seats, the other one gets, don't know how much seats. It happened for this the NGC don't finally, should I call it a merge? Should I say a merge? They don't finally merge with the SLPP because an alliance is something that the definition it's a little bit complicated, and if the more you dig into the details of what is an alliance, and in relations to the election or the politics, the more you become, the more it becomes very difficult for making you to understand. Earlier on the arena where I've been struggling for even try for see how the voting get for happen because I talked to some members of the NGC who tell me so no the NGC no scatter the NGC no join the SLPP. The NGC just make an alliance with the SLPP. Okay, well, how is it gonna be done during the election? Are you guys going to continue voting for the NGC members of parliament and at the same time voting for the presidency with the SLPP? So let's say, to me, I think say now this night a march. Okay, I think now a march. I strongly believe same. If they no want for make them very confusing for them, the NGC folks are going to be incorporated into the SLPP for this election. So now you have SLPP parliamentarian wey suppose for be NGC parliamentarian. Or if the NGC are still insisting that they are still going to vote for NGC parliamentarian and vote for the presidency with the SLPP, so be it. Now, what are the implication of this march? I dey come to Alpha Khan, okay? I dey come to Alpha Khan. I know say a lot of people there right now they want to make we talk about Alpha Khan. I will come to that, but let's discuss Kande Yunkela. So I see the meeting or the celebration with the NGC leaders, Kande Yunkela and in group, and President Bio on stage and they dance. For a political analyst, how would they able to predict and able to understand the way politicians then work, that they think? It's based on every inch of the young activities. There's a reason what make me believe say this is a merge instead of an alliance. Thinking announcing at the public say this is an alliance, that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. But look at the activities of that. We all know say Kande Yunkela originally was a member of the SLPP. Now, because of the maltreatment he received during the 2017 primaries, we make again for left, he go from the NGC. Okay. Now, we all know that majority of the people we they at the NGC before now from Cambia, we that now kind of the APC stronghold because of the north. If we are listening to the music we play, now that gathering day, going back to my roots. Now remember, right? By Lucky Dube, the late musician Lucky Dube, going back to my roots. What does that mean? What does that mean? There is only one explanation to that particular music, going back to my roots. There are so many music where the gathering or the organizers would have played, but then choose that specific music then for a reason, because in my own opinion, Kande Yunkela is going back to the SLPP. And I don't talk and I so many times. Kande Yunkela will never be a president of Sierra Leone if he not join one of the major political parties. Kande Yunkela, I think, is about 60 or 63, something like that. Very handsome person. Okay? Around that 60 or 60, I think 63, 62, 63. The NGC not get no prospect for produce a president. And we all know say, Kande Yunkela know they left in lucrative job we get in America at the UN for go be a member of parliament national. That was not the initial objective, and I believe that is still not the same. That is still not the initial. That is still not the objective of Kande Yunkela. Kande Yunkela objective is to become president of Sierra Leone. And when he be left the UN or go as alone, he be expecting he was going to clinch the nomination of the SLPP. He just go find out say Madabio was entrenched within the SLPP so much that it was not possible. And the treatment we then get and I make the push. Now he realized he has to go back if he will never want to be the president of Sierra Leone. He has to go back with to the SLPP. That's not the only way. Yes, the APC and the SLPP, the APC and the NGC, they try for get an alliance too. But from the beginning, I see there was no compatibility within these two parties. Even though these two parties stronghold are in the north of the country, but they are not compatible at all. Because number one, Kande Yunkela is on a mission, and the APC party will get what we call to lie. Well, especially now that we don't get a constitution, we eliminate the selection process. To line, if you can at the APC, you go beyond the line. You go beyond the line. And this constitution don't cement that, because before it not be even guaranteed. It not be even guaranteed. But now it is inside our own constitution. So Kande Yunkela realized if he joined the APC party, he formed an alliance with the APC party. First of all, I been the debate with Jesme Suma. I think, I don't know, but I think Naina been the PRO for NGC. Okay. When this alliance started, the discussion, I tell them, I said, Jesme Suma, this is not possible because I don't see any kind of similarities between the APC and the SLPP. And how a party will bring 5.5% or 5.4% of the vote in 2018, we want to go lead a party will bring 47% of the votes, 48% of the vote. It's not possible. The alliance from the beginning was not going to work. And I tell them, I say that is not going to work. But sometimes optimism can disappoint or fool some people there. So we discussed this, what will happen. The APC will never allow for somebody who gets 5.5% of the vote the last time, for make it can be the leader of the APC party, will bring about 47%, 48% of the vote. That is not going to happen. And I tell them that the TPN forum say, this is not going to happen. Forget about it. They say, it's going to happen. I say, okay. Then I tell them, I say, and I got a prediction for you. Kande Yumkela is going back to the SLPP. I tell her, I predicted that long time ago. I said, Kande Yumkela is going back to the SLPP. You say, that's not going to be possible. I said, in fact, the NGC is going back to the SLPP. Today, 100%. I was correct. Just next month, the PRO for the NGC. The former, I don't know if it's still under the PRO, because right now, the NGC is, I don't know whether it's still a party or just a branch of the SLPP, because I'm not much. So I told him about that. And exactly this is what happened. Okay? So now, what are the implications of this alliance? Well, it is huge. Huge in the sense that the last time when the NGC run, them come with, I think, 67,000 votes. Okay? 67,000 votes. The 2018 election. And most of their votes they are from Gambia, the stronghold of the APC party. And Kande Yumkela still gets sway over most of the people there. Yeah, Gambia district. Okay. Yeah, I don't see so many arguments say, oh, well, then they vote for them because the NGC, but they never ever vote for the SLPP. So if Kande Yumkela switch, a lot of people then they switch to the APC party. I don't think that is a reality based on data, because me an analyst, I believe in data. The people in Gambia, they don't vote for the SLPP. Well, 2 times, as I know, 1996, 2002. Overwhelmingly, they vote for Kaba. Overwhelmingly. So anybody when they tell you, so oh, you know what, they just vote for them because the NGC. If they're not going to vote for the SLPP, I don't think say you actually they go with history or the data. Let me just bring Doctor here. Doctor, you ready, right?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. But I'll
But you know they congratulate me. I'm in a complete attire. Now the Salo flag now also.
I know. We now yesterday we go raise the flag na the Capitol.
No. Look me. You see the Salo flag?
Yeah, I see blue and white. I don't see green deal.
Blue, white.
Oh. All right, I got you. Okay. All right. So anybody where they tell me say this not get an impact on we the APC, you know, they follow the data. The people of Gambia district, as we all know, are part of the North. And I don't talk so many times, the North, then they vote for the individual, not for the party. The North, they don't show that so many times. And now the reason this way, the North, they take the North for granted for saying, okay, because now we stronghold, so therefore, they're not going to ever switch. No. Okay? Because now for the individual that they vote for, not only for the party. Okay? So there is an implication. There is an implication, especially in a context where we get about almost 50%. And as I always talk now at the forum and at the platform, the danger where we see is that we're not able to infiltrate the south and east, like the way the SLPP they infiltrate the south and east. And like na 30,000, the SLPP gets na Gambia, which is almost half of within the NGC being get, just 30,000. Now a devastating result I want for you. Remember the 2018 election, how much votes will make Madabio be president today? So 92,000. 92,000. So if Gambia able gets SLPP able get 35,000 alone, Now a big problem, especially when we're not able yet. I don't know whether we will be able to infiltrate. I'm an optimistic person. You understand? I'm very optimistic. Maybe we will be able to do that. But imagine right now we not even get any structure now. Now then places then they for say would they use them for infiltrate. So the alliance had a huge implication. And well, let me come down before I go to what I expect in so what they do. Let me go to Alpha Khan. I am so disappointed the fact that somebody went on there at the APC party for 60 plus years. 60 plus years. A look ping is sacrificed the party went on there for 60 years and go join a new party. That is a huge decision that one. What I don't understand why Alpha Khan decided for left in party where he don't be a spokesperson, he don't fight for this party, he don't do everything for the party for over 60 years and just sit down and say, I'm done. I'm leaving this party. I'm going to join another party. Why? Maybe Dr. will be able to explain that to you and say, probably
Yeah.
more about the
Yes. Good evening, Dr. Mankota, viewers and listeners. This is a very important question you ask. But before I attempt for answer, I want for talk small on the analysis where you just make on your monologue.
Mm-hmm.
You see, if I not respect anybody, I will respect you. Your analysis, the way you can come with statistics for elections in Sierra Leone. And the reason why I say so, most of the time, if they can listen to you, it will be fine. And as we all as Northerners, I categorize this particularly for say as all as Northerners, you're right. Now individual would they vote for, but not a vote on party lines. So there is always a chance for, not get any constant percentage or number like the Southeast or Eastern Bloc. So based on that pattern, and with the current obscurity in the registration, the haphazard pattern where the registration come and still the ongoing zigzag registration cards and other things.
Yeah, we talk about it.
It's like when you play the match, you have a limited time of 90 minutes, extra time, and if you see the final whistle then blow, if you not win, you not win.
Yeah.
And that's the yardstick way the APC therefore look at. Yeah, there is pomp and pride, people in the dance, they're happy. But when the dust settle down, what's in the achievement at the end of this?
Yeah.
These are some of the strategies they have to look at. And, coming to Alpha Khan, coming to Victor Fu, coming to Kade Yunkala, when you talk of alliances, you never joke with big heads like that. When you put a player in a World Cup, if in a Maradona self way, then don't hold, or you bring Socrates, then don't they? Once then they the reflex can make them get goal. So I not feel say therefore joke with their alliances there. Yes, there might be some talks for say Alpha Kanya oh yes, Alpha Kandom broke. But I don't want for when mistakes and all happen, therefore still continue for make mistakes. Make them not neglect Alpha Can. Oh, you know, able to do anything, you know, able to do anything, you know, able to do anything. Today, as I talk to you, Kande Yumkela and President BO, then Alonso,
Yeah, yeah.
they don't go give a big check of this corporate social responsibility.
Yep.
Where, you know, me and you, $1 million today, will not see nothing in America. Let alone when they say 1 billion leones. Oh my goodness. That euphoria we go in Alosar today, someone go say, yeah, Saspur ngani. Oh, don't better.
Yeah, well, 1 billion.
Mm-hmm. So it's like another thing, Alpha Cat, among we get brains, yes, you don't feel nakuya during the other time and the other thing, but you're not going to know the underground way you go to play right now. And I know they see any movement where go work against their alliance here. Yes, not true, because still there is, to me, an infighting, silent infighting going on within the APC.
Yeah.
And that is the dangerous thing. You know, that's the dangerous thing, because we now Oludo also, you get still black here, you get chance, but we chance them they go so. But yeah, so is
No,
it?
no,
Yo, yeah,
no.
now the face now they look young no more, but you know, this white here I don't begin watch since primary school, because I'm not gonna say secondary school. Yeah,
Dr. Whitey are not too old.
I know. So what are they trying for talk? By now, the campaign within we own ground, it will be solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, people at the East then go say, oh yeah, well, they can't teach Mother View a lesson. What you do for winner? But no, I lie, oh, not believe that one day. When the team come, they all then they go. If I then get the thing too long, go. When the team come, now they get the too long, go. And the top boy, now they go put up. And then in Russia, where they slip off because of the alliances, where Victor Fo get money, Alpha Khan he get money, Madavio he get money. I don't know if Yom Kela get money, but sure he get money.
You go to date anyway.
You know, yeah, because I know they underrate anybody. You go see somebody in the office, some people they know they show off. They go say crab it, so now make the say sometimes not get money. You get money. If you crab it, sometimes now the more we get money, say some people then the more they crab it. Yeah. So all the while, and sometimes in Sierra Leone, money talks overnight. So I think say me I know they underrate Mr. Ka. Alpha Ka, Tami senior, na my big brother, I know him. He is 2 years senior who in the secondary school. And the book says he get him. And he is also street smart. You get the I'm not gonna say
get the brain. You get the brain.
You get the common sense. So yeah, men know underrated, they see the that's like something. So these are the odds where people them that the APC and the leadership then get for work. Yes, the majority today thinking of the performance, of course, where the SLPP do, you not go compare them to the former government, where then be able to win an easy second term. Because that time, the former president, Anes Nkrumah, he worked for the first term, and it was very conspicuous. I mean, if we can put him that way, maybe the second time, now I begin Porto. Yeah. So based on that, and with all waiting they go on, now the media and the other things then, I think they not for work harder, not just for rely and sit for say, oh, this not easy walk over. No. I don't take it like that. I used to be a center forward. And until the last whistle blow, I always feel say there is a 95th goal. because I able for score anytime. Or I did tell me, man, as a captain, I say, when I'm not relent to go until the last minute before we settle down. So this na me own take where I feel say the alliances, they're very good, but they are not see any alliances, in fact, in the APC.
And that's the thing is
so this na me own take. Yeah. They for work hard, and Samura don't gain the popularity because of sympathy and other things, because plenty people will not be Sabiam, and because of the hardship where they go on, plenty people they want for Deutam, and with the ongoing other things and way SLPP they're not able to fulfill. But you can never tell. Politics is politics.
And not only about politics is politics, about the mentality of the people then. We people then we're not reliable most times, not all times, but most times. And sometimes they blame them. Somebody goes sit down, gets for it during the day. Then somebody can one bag rest. He tell you say, okay, I did put the plazas, but when you go dump them, you can't come meet me. That person they are like, what do I do? But in any case, now the problem with their alliances here we may get for the APC party, we will be able for deter the purpose of their alliances here if we unite as a party, if we are willing to put selfishness aside.
Infighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Simple.
Yeah. But we not get that. And I admire Dr. Samura for one thing. When I remember when this man was selected in 2017 towards 2018.
Zabiam and not Zabiam. Yes.
He was nothing, absolutely in the country. But just look at between that time
to
now and see the progression where this guy don't take for reach at this stage where he reached to this one.
Yeah, tremendous. Yeah.
That is amazing. That is amazing. But it is not enough. You need to get honest people around them. You need to get people that were selfless, where they look at the collective interest of the party. Not only.
Look, I don't cut you short, Doctor. You see, what did they happen? Look at President Bio, what he don't do. He don't make a blanket. None of the ministers and none of come out till after elections. And this blanket, you expect say it will be the same, because first of all, in the Dr. Samura and all the come out, by now the whole 17 candidates, the aspirants, they're all for be very vibrant by now, not them corners.
Yeah.
This is the type of thing we would expect for see.
Yeah. At this time.
But now when they come, the common man, the grassroots, you go say yes, they're not ready, but it has to be harnessed.
Well, one of the things, Doctor, we are studying for the past 2 decades about African politics, Sierra Leone in particular, is sometimes people are fooled by when a candidate come out, you see huge amount of people, then they be and then they go and dance. Salomon left for that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter outside the music come out.
Street disco.
We will be small. When you hearing people, then they then they knock baton or you didn't streets.
No, but you don't go far. In the baton or they come say every day you get a bar nearby where they blast music. Now they all they go, they team up na street, go buy your granite, your orange, you didn't say you keep company, you go back now.
Yeah, so at that time crowd here, where I think they describe them crowd them as lightweight crowd, not to the heavyweight crowd then, because the heavyweight now the one that we actually get for vote. And not to they determine whether somebody win by the end crowd and they, because what happened in 2018 18 yeah.
Yeah. I want to go. I get a Zoom meeting, but before I go, I want to just drop this on the ground. The potential alliance where the APC for work on, and that could be a very good strategy. Jagabang. Jagabang. Yes, it don't come late, but may they use them for penetrate the east.
Okay.
Or the southeast. If they use this wisely, and if himself the Jagabang is really honest, is ready for help, they might get something out of that.
It could be. It could be. Yeah. It could be.
So I just want to drop this because this is another. I mean, there is no more C4C. There's no more NGC. There is no more something for come to them. But Jagabang, and of course the political orators them where they campaign, where they that thing and they, but they themselves like they command them, most of them. But Jagabang, make you use 50 million at least for penetrate the east. I beg to.
Hopefully, get 50 million. Hopefully, get 50 million.
I know.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Doctor, for
all right. All right, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Yes. You know, I've been trying for talking, not to the amount of people the way they follow a campaign behind when the campaign they dance in the streets, now they determine whether they win the election. Now, if you do that, if I don't you hope for, you are in for a big surprise. I think I don't follow the Sierra Leone politics for so long that I know most of them fallacies here to be nothing but wishful thinking. And I remember in 2018, the APC, the last campaign, the amount of crowd where them pull. After the SLPP come, the same crowd will be the good that's now the APC. Now the same crowd go back now the SLPP then go down. So don't take those type of things for granted, okay? I make sure say this. I advise me party for make them do routine I've been tell them last week. They're very important. These are some of the things we need for use for make we able to become successful. Now let me go to the comment section. All right. Kamara Augustine say, good afternoon, Dr. Mankota. Good afternoon. Sally Miss Mankota, we happen for the Pekin. Good evening, Dr. Mankota Sparrow. Good evening. All right, Kamala Augustine, when are you going to stand as president? Well, you know, now we fight first for this election for make sure say the APC able win the election. That's not the main focus right now. If we win the election, then I don't think say I go stand for election. Never say never, but because if now we win the election, I know they will contest against me on party. No, it's not possible. But in case we're not able to win the election, well, the field is open. And if God mark, I will probably put me yourself into the ring. Left hand to God, but that's not the objective. Okay. Kamala Augustine, you are right. There is no sober alliance with the APC. Besides, there is still a silent infighting, and that is something that is worrying me. The infighting, the silent infighting, is still going on within Leone party. This needs to stop. It's time. It's time for Meg. We put differences aside. You know, the APC party stand a chance for win this election. But I will tell you now. I'm going to tell you guys. Once again, if we not put ourselves together, if we not stop this bickering among ourselves, if we not sacrifice, put with self-ego aside, we are going to lose this election. And I remember, Nina Wolio, when I say something, it happen because I did see far. Madam, I cannot be afraid for tell people the truth. That's why I've been say during 2018, say, hey, nobody listen. Then look what happened. 5 years in hell for not only the APC but for the country. So we have the opportunity, but the opportunity will never become a reality if we not put ourselves together, if we not stop this ego, if we not stop this selfish behavior we will get. We stand a chance, but we are derailing that chance. So I urge the APC people them for make them put their ego aside, support Dr. Samora as a candidate for Larry. If you win, that's okay. You can come back and use your ego, your selfishness. That's in now within the power, not so. Because I've been seeing during the time of when we win in 2007. I see a lot of infighting after the election. A lot of infighting. Some people then they go to the leaders, them, the influential leaders, them. Then they go converse the other people, them say, "Hey, this one, this one, this one." I see throughout the 10 years of we rule, I saw all that. But right now, let we put aside, let we focus on helping we candidate for making able to win. The good news is, I just get some kind of confirmation. Say yes, indeed, that was the case. The case where will be the for say, then they cut that case day before time and say now the courts don't say okay, then they put on to hold because they don't want for make them influence the elections. Okay, a smart decision. So alhamdulillah for that. So we are happy on that. Now it's left with us. If we lose the election, now we own lack of effort, now they make we lose the election. Or now we own selfishness and ego, now they make we lose the election. If we win the election, now we own effort. Where would they put towards the campaign, now they make we win the election. And it starts with unity. By Wali, good afternoon, Dr. Mankota. It has been a while though. Yeah, I don't say where I am from you. So I'm glad that you are back. Thank you very much for tuning in. Lucas Shaban. Hi, TPN. It is on the newspaper. Check Sarah Load. That is correct. Case closed until after election. They were keeping Samora. They were keeping Samora so that he won't campaign. The entire community intervene. Thank you very much. Luki Shaban, most of the NGC did not go with KKY. Listening to different people from the NGC party, the party is divided. Some of them are supporting APC and SLPP. Well, that's a good news for we. A good news. But we need to do more. Okay? That means if you listen to me, I mean I'm very conservative somebody. Well, liberal, because America, when you say conservative, it means you're a Republican. Now I'm not a Republican. Okay? I'm not. I'm a liberal person. Open-minded. That's simply not the definition of a liberal person. Okay? Now that make put and say, even if the SLPP bring 30,000 votes from Cambia, that is a devastating result that one day. So let we put it together and let we do the best way to get for you. Okay? All right. Well, Suluku Solomon just they laugh, so I don't know what they laugh for. And he bring in some love, hearts, green, white, and blue. Thank you. And Luku Shaban, same apply to the C4C. They are divided as well between the APC and the SLPP. I don't know yet if that is true because the APC is having some issues in Kono. The APC is having a lot of issues in Kono. I hope say the campaign managers, the people that were responsible for managing the campaign, then were able to look into that and try by all possible means to resolve that. But we have a lot of problems in Kono. In fact, we will not even get a candidate who come out based on what I'm hearing for the APC. Either the person will come out for the SLPP or the C4C. This is what I'm hearing. So we have to put more effort on Kono, and Kono is vital for we winning one. Okay. Look, Shaban. There are so many silent voters. If you talk about other parties now, you are done. Everyone is afraid. As an analyst, you bring all the variables together. Now, based on the variables, then you will be able to get a determination for a prediction. Okay. All right, Suluku Solomon, 50 million. What is 50 million? I don't know. Edward Yopoi Sandy, APC will lose this election. Oh, the time not far again. Right? The time not far again, Obra. So let me just wait and see. Okay? Suluku Solomon, Paupa is coming back to power 2023. You know that, right, Doctor? Well, never say never in life. Never say never. But we stand a chance actually anyway. If we not put we act together, we stand a chance. Because when the APC make mistake, the beneficiary are the SLPP. When the SLPP make mistake, the beneficiary are the APC. That's how politics done in a salon. So the mistakes of the one party is the benefit of another party. So now that make cannot go discount for say the SLPP not go able to win the election as an analyst. As a politician, I know go want that for make that happen. I want for make me party win. But as an analyst, you stand a chance. Okay? Edward Yopoi Sunday. Alpha Khan has gone and went many. Where is the chance? Okay. We made a mistake. I said it here 4 years ago. We, now the APC, made a mistake. We made a mistake for what happened in 2018 election. The reason what make I include myself everything because I am an APC. If the APC leadership make mistake, now we all make mistake. Okay. When we talk about collective responsibility, now we all make the mistake. Okay. And I've been not talking about say after we lost the election because of what happened, the ramifications of what happened. I be expect for make we go sit down as a party and take a look at what happened, which I think we did. And not only that, try for look at the disgruntled people then. We get problem with the selection with them in 2018. Try for talk to them people, then they bring them together. That one day, in fact, is supposed to have been that happen the very day after the selection, Namakeni, or the day after the selection, Namakeni, for me to bring them people and they together and say, hey, with sincerity and say, we know there is a problem. We know a lot of people are not happy. What happened, Namakeni? But dear, let we all come together. Go down Explain. If he calls you for apologize, apologize. But we didn't do it. The statement we leader when an exponent at the time made was very, very destructive. It was saying if you feel same, you get you popular at the APC, you popular go from your own party. I said it here. I said those kind of statements is very, very destructive for party. I respect and respect Corona. Now we leader, you don't do so much for the party, but that was a mistake, and a human being. Okay, but after that, after the damage has already been done, I was expecting some kind of solace for put an effort for make we able talk to the people then with sincerity and say. So Alpha Khan was so hot that and you know, like I said earlier, I disappointed the fact that Alpha Khan left me. Alpha Khan is an orator. We know that. You know how to talk. And you know how to convince people. No doubt about that. Okay? So then come people and you actually need them near you. The one the way it will talk for convince people there. Alpha Khan seen, even after the election, okay, after the election, then do appointment for the executive. He was the PRO. Okay. Then we appoint all the other executive members. Then I'm the only person we then kick out. And not only kick out, nobody not talk to and why. That's now one of the grievance way they get. But how can you sacrifice your baby 60 years because somebody try for frustrate you for a party where don't they even before probably them people they will try for frustrate you. You don't even at this party. Why are you sacrificing your child? That's now I don't understand with Alpha Khan. He was so hot that he willing for sacrifice all which he don't do for the APC party. That's is really, really unfortunate, and that is telling. You know, I don't know much, so sometimes you have to be very careful. You don't know how somebody they feel. But that make if you get for talk, you get for left some kind of a window for making able to accommodate that person inside of the story too. Okay? I don't know. This morning, I was responding to one of my colleague, my comrade, now the forum, now the APC forum, one of the APC leading forums, about this same topic. Why Alpha Khan? Why now? I'm not able to get any kind of an idea for somebody who don't work for 60 years. Just let it go. Say, okay, I'm moving on. The only explanation is he was so hot that he was willing to sacrifice 60 years of service for the party where he loved dearly. According to what I understand, Alpha Khan, they say, now you bring in and other folks, them post local boys them, now them bring EBK, now the APC, because EBK been in PDP with this guy, how they call him, that's the same guy, in that post local. Okay, but we made a mistake. I don't know. Post local is strong enough of the APC. The SLPP will never win post local, but it's never about winning. Winning a district in the north. It's about how much votes the SLPP they get in the north. Now, in they make the difference, and that worries me so much. It worries me so much. I don't think the APC will bring. Well, I'm optimistic, but the fact that we're not even able to infiltrate the south and east, I don't know how we will be able to do this. I don't know. what they make the SLPP lost this election? If with the effort we are see them they do, and the effort we are see what they do as party, the loss of the APC, the SLPP election is going to be in the southeast. Yeah. Namaka, today, 29th of April, the loss of the SLPP now this election is going to come from the southeast, not from the north. If the southeast decide for sit down, they're not the vote, we have a chance. But are they going to sit down? Because we don't get any tool we use from the southeast for making them vote for it. Even we, I they see we on executive in the southeast, constituencies executive, then they left with party, then they go join the SLPP at the southeast. So we not get any hope at the southeast. So and then they infiltrate Freetown, and they infiltrate Cambia, Kabbalah, Post-Loco, even I think Falaba, even Falaba. The SIPP are infiltrating all those areas. Where in the south and east, where will the infiltrators will they speak right now? Let somebody tell me, for God's sake, any place in the southeast where will they infiltrate right now as a party? I hope Dr. Samora will do the right thing for this party. But some selfish people them damage this party so much, and it make it very difficult for Dr. Samora for make it able for tailor out a strategy, because it not will begin soon at this part. Then the other side, somebody go tell them. Where it goes so the other part, somebody go tell them. And it happen on the party. We need to stop the unity. Now let me go to Lucas Shaban. Doctor, you already determined by saying all these people that went to all the declaration worried you. Now you say not all those people there will vote. They just like to dance. What did you believe? Okay. Look, Shaban, thank you very much. This is a wonderful question. You see me? I'm an analyst. Me an analyst. An analyst always they go with the data. You know, the entire world is created on with data. The entire universe, really see so, including the human beings. So data, like a foundation for making you able to extract the invisible truth. And as an analyst, you therefore put your wishful thinking aside. If you want to become a successful analyst, you put your wishful thinking aside and follow the data. Okay? Follow the data. During 2018 election, APC pulled more population than the SLPP. We end up for lose. Why? The data. The data. And when you follow the data, even the human being, I don't know whose profession you get, but even with the human being, you go to a hospital. If they tell you so you get low blood, now based on number. Okay? Based on number. So I know say it's very difficult for some people to understand people like we, so the way they look at things. But this is how we are trained. If you're not a researcher, if you're not a philosopher, one of the things when in the training, okay, biasness. Biasness na something where they deface somebody ability for say and think properly when you get biased mind. And unfortunately, we all get biased mind, not so? We all get biased mind. I they prefer something for another, that's biasness, not so? It is natural to be biased. Okay. But when you are an analyst, these are some of the things where um then they tell you say you need to stay away. And you cannot be a successful or a serious analyst if you know they talk the truth. Because sometimes some people then they see the truth, then good for analyze things, then good for put the variables then together and see the fact and the prediction. But because of biasness, they really talk the truth, what they see. Instead, then they try for skew the data, the result. Thank you, make most of them people then they fail. Let somebody fail, then they laugh. So I believe in everything, but with objectivity. Local Shaban. That make you go see me today. I support one thing. Tomorrow you go see me. I support another thing because I am following the truth. I am following the data. That's why it's very difficult for me to able to pinpoint me on certain thing. Like the people, some people they will because me na APC, you know, I don't care whether I see the truth or not. No, it's all about making people feel happy, making people, make colleagues them feel happy. Oh, they win this election. Ah, bruh, you see what thing they go on as I know, will they win this election? Everybody say, yeah, it's easy because things are very difficult in Sierra Leone. But as an analyst, we very well know that it is beyond that. When you jump from that perception and go beyond and see the reality, you will realize it is more complicated than just winning an election. Sierra Leoneans get some kind of a psychology that is very difficult to predict. This is where the problem is. So when I tell you, say, you know, they determine whether a party they win election based on the rallies the way they say. Because Sierra Leonean are people they will like for dance. Somebody, if they come, you know they even know what to make people the way they dance and they dance. Oh, you can't now join it, they can't join it dance. It feel good. Go back home. So these are some of the psychological assessments we an analyst supposed to forget. Okay. Now let's go to Luku Shaban again. SLPP is making mistakes by dismantling so many parties. So the Southeast people are angry. Like you said, most people in the Southeast will not vote. I think this is the point where they try to make. I'm not sure if Dr. Samora are able to salvage the situation where they go on at the APC party, where are they expect her from make we do because it's only 1.5 months for me. And try with level best to hold on to we own stronghold, make sure say, then they another can fish we vote as them. They are now refocus on the southeast. Try to convince them, so at least if you're not able to vote for me, for make them stay away, for make them stay home. That's Now the strategy way, the only way we will be able win election. And I know say a lot of Southeasterners, they're not happy too with this government. I know that. They're not happy. But then get one, was it last week or the week before last? Then tell me about um the slangs way right now, the SLPP politicians, and they go now the villages of Southeast. Because I know say those people are not happy just like the rest of the country. They're not happy with the thing they go on. Because hunger not a peak. It depends who that get money. And majority of the people in their villages are here, then they struggle. So they are not happy. But you know the slangs when they go with now? Bindi Babi. Anyway. Let me some many man being put down the was it last week or week before last? You brother and your brother. You whatever, you know. So we know the no way no day. And just like what I've been talking at that time, now the demented supposedly APC supporters there. Now then they cause, now then they give the opportunity for the SLPP for go to the southeast and go and tell them supporters the way down is going to say, but yeah, we know they will just listen to the other side and tell you say if they come, well then they can't kill everybody. That is what the SLPP, the APC they say. Well, responsible APC go talk same where you can have power, if you go attack a tribe, an entire tribe where happen for be the second largest tribe in the country. It don't make sense. But you get demented people at the APC. They call themselves now APC, the way they go and try to feed the SLPP, that kind campaign message here. And not to everybody, they even know for say, na lie, the SLPP, then they lie for say the APC, now they talk so. No APC, no responsible APC, no go ever tell you say, where you can have power, if they go make revenge. But they read na social media. People the way they not even get good job na the diaspora. Then just they try for satisfy themselves. They are not actual APC them. Some of them. Some of them probably self now the SLPP. You know, I not doubt if that's the case. So these people are going now. They don't get this, menu where they go and pass to them people. They say, but the devil way you know is better than the devil way you don't know. Then they play them Odosia at the villages. You don't hear it? You will no one for vote for the SLPP. Imagine if this happened, would I get for content for you? Then they threaten, then they open call. What they say, open call the folks at the villages now the southeast. Because they know say the success of the SLPP at this particular time lies on the southeast participation at this election. Hey, I tell you one thing. The SLPP are satisfied with waiting the guests now the south the northwest at this time. They are well satisfied. I'm telling you. But back home, they are worried. They are worried. So that's not the tactics from the do. Okay. Let's go to Prince King. All right, Prince King. So as it is, APC is making huge mistakes and time have run out to correct these mistakes. Kono is a huge mistake and Putloko and Cambia have fallen because of KKY and Alpha Khan. EBK destroyed APC because of his singular decision in McKinney in 2018. APC is not gonna get 20% in the Southeast this election. The Southeast is not gonna play voter apathy because of the tribal chant against the Southeasterner. And APC using Adebayo for disrespecting our women folks in the country. Well, I just don't see that saying. That's not the situation. But we pray God for may God bring divine favor for the APC. That's all. Dr. Samura is a nice guy, he's a smart guy, he's a sincere guy, and he's a capable guy for rule salon. That will get a chance. Okay? That will get a chance. Jim Conte, you are truly a fair person, Dr. Mankota. Thank you very much. Well, I have to be fair when I sit down in this chair. I have to be fair because otherwise I go end up for being like the other platform there. You know, where everybody don't know say now partisan platform there. You know, the purpose of this platform is for make we bridge the gap because we realize because of partisan victory, partisan divisions, the gap between Sierra Leonean is getting wider and wider and wider. And if we not be careful, if we not get any kind of a tool or platform where we're able to shrink the gap and try for bridge that gap, then we will end up destroying our country. I don't know about Africa man, they're not mature. Well, I'm not gonna say they're not mature. We're just too greedy anyway. Because it's not much about maturity, it's about greediness, right? All right, let's go to Lucas Shaban. Some data are wrong. I have followed data, but sometimes they are wrong. Hillary Clinton was hopeful because of data, but lose the election. Election, nobody knows the winner until after the result. I agree with you. I have no problem with that. But you know why the election in America now with Hillary Clinton losing the election, you know why? Because the one that way when they produce the data, then they factored the popularity of Hillary Clinton and influence, not necessarily trying to follow the actual voters. Okay? But I want to give an example also in the there's a guy way been the work for Washington Post. I forget his name. Now Polestar. Now it gets Polestar company what they call 1038. Okay. Now the guy that one day we predicted 100% within in actual data because within even they do, it not been the only focus because sometimes I talk about this before because we bias because of we perception we emotions. Sometimes a lot of people when I analyze them, they may skew the truth. I said that here, and it happened with Hillary Clinton. During the time of Hillary Clinton, people are not focusing on the actual data where now the people where they vote, but then they speculate. It was a lot about speculation. Remember, some of the polls said that they get about seven plus, sometimes even 10 plus outside of the margin of error. If you understand how polling they take place, when you get about 10 plus outside the margin within the margin of an error, that is eroding data. Then that's what they in a real analytic point of view, you're not supposed even for pull in the public. Okay, they're not reliable. And during the time of Hillary Clinton, we've been against them a day. 7% within the margin of errors. People were actually inserting their own emotion into the data. And when you do that, you skew the data and you lose. The second term for Barack Obama, I forget the guy's name. I don't know if my name is Sylvester or something. I forget his name. He been the work now for or consulting for different media platforms like CNN, MSNBC, and most of in polling is very accurate. So if you see data is wrong, it's not the data that is wrong, it's the analysis. The way you look at the data and try to analyze and in the wrong thing. That's not the wrong. Okay? The data itself, the raw data itself, not the wrong. Now the analysis not the wrong. Okay? So I agree with you in some, but I didn't contend. Political defection has become a major concern by majority of us in the political landscape in Salon, with numerous politicians switching sides between the, what your take. Okay, what's your take on that? Yeah, that didn't contend. This is a very good question, and I talked about that a little bit earlier. You know, one of the biggest problems we will get, and especially in the north, in the northwest, if you follow me program throughout the years, this now one of the things that we are always the talk this, and I think I talked about this earlier today. The south, the northwest, then they vote for the individual. The northwest, the southeast, then they vote for the party. That is the major differences between the regions. Then the northwest, if they see say this candidate, na candidates were favorable to them, even if not to APC, then they vote for that candidate still. We don't get so many instances, not so. But apart from that, some people switch alliances just because of greed, just because of selfishness, and sometimes, like you said correctly, now a big problem, a very big problem, because even if you na analyst now, what I if you now one of the best analysts in the world, it could be very difficult. You know, the psychologists then say it is practically impossible for predict mortal man in behavior from 1 minute to another. And especially in Africa. Today, you will see somebody tonight before you so. He talk to you fine. He give you all in promise for say, no worry, I do for you. You left that place there, another person come, way probably he gets more than you. If they see that person need to switch very quickly. That is the problem with African politics. So I agree with you, it's a big problem, my brother. It's really, really a big problem. And it is big more for the APC than for the SLPP. Because we vote for the individual, not the party. If we vote for the party, it doesn't matter whether in that party, that top road and call you. I like na dog, may God forbid it. I like na push, we vote, because not only push we vote for the party. It just happened for this the push, now in the leader of the party, then the candidate. That's not the case with the Southeast. Okay. All right. I think I don't reach to the end of this program. I just want to thank everybody for coming. As you know, now almost 3 o'clock, 2:52 Pacific time. When about 5:52 Eastern time. Webinar starts at 3 o'clock. I end up start 4 o'clock. So 4 o'clock Eastern time. So we have a very wonderful interaction again. I just want to thank una. Dia una share and uh, una subscribe so that anytime we are they on, una they get notification. Okay, so they una subscribe and una share this program. Very informative, and I really appreciate the interaction with day between me and the viewers them. Now in put the bond between us because when you are given an opportunity for come out and interact freely with the host, I think say you enjoy the program more than somebody just they can sit down, just they talk, and they feel boring, right? Sometimes. But when you engage, like what they do so, they enjoy the program. So I hope so you enjoy this program. And for that, well, um, let me just pull this off. All right, for that, I will just want for say, Tata.